the Three Guys Rant.
Come one, come all to the greatest show on earth with three of the world wonders. The Three Guys Rant with Arvin, Mike, and Phil.
News, politics, escándalo, sports, current events, all things worth ranting about, and much more. These tres gorditos will blow your mind.
Go ahead, Mike. Bring it on. And we're back with another edition of the Three Guys Rant. You listen to us live from the Mucho Macho Michelada Studios here in beautiful Southern California. In front of me, you'll see Phil if you're streaming. If you look to the left, there's an empty chair, which we hope would stay empty. Oh, I guess not. So Arvin has joined us now.
Man, that's got to be the most boring intro I've heard in forever.
It's not a good day, man.
There wasn't even a Puerto Rican word of the day in there. So again, this is a Three Guys Rant. Thank you everybody for checking us out each and every week. Make sure to follow us at the3guysrant.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the Three Guys Rant. Want to call and talk to us? Call us at 855-69-3-GUYS. Again, 855-69-3-GUYS. And there's a lot of news that we're going to cover this week. But I guess we'll start off with the important stuff. What's actually going on in Paris? For those of you that have been under a rock for the last several days, almost a week, there was numerous bombings in Paris. I think the casualty now is north of 130 people that have actually died. I don't know how many people have been injured. I got to say, when is enough, and when are we going to just... I can't even say just blow up an entire country because we can't do that. It's not fair to all the other people there. But when is enough?
Okay, well, I appreciate your heartfelt start.
Yeah?
So you wanted, where was the bombing?
I said Paris.
Okay, and it was perpetrated
That would be Europe.
perpetrated by
The terrorist.
known as.
The icicles.
You know, my only hope was that, first of all, my condolences go out to all those families. I know that,
There's one which was local, which I actually heard about yesterday. She's actually here, Whittier-right? I don't know if that's the right word for...
Yeah, I like how fractured your whole story is.
That's how I do it, baby.
I like the fact that you at least tried to give out a heartfelt condolence, but wow, you suck at it. The young lady is from either Almonte or Baldwin Park was the story. She goes to Cal State Long Beach. She was visiting over there. ISIS has accepted responsibility for it. This is their, what was it? I think 6 of the 7 or 3 of the 7 were killed. I don't know about the other 4. One got away after they stopped him at a check. So now there's a worldwide manhunt out for him. And again, it's... What troubles me about the whole situation is not one of the people that died. And again, I realize most people say nobody deserves to die. But sometimes you make a conscious decision or a conscious effort if you're in the military. What's so cowardice about what these people do, ISIS I refer to, is that they hate Western society, but yet they hide behind women and children. They don't wear a uniform. They don't stand up like men. There is no honor. There is no dignity. In their warped view of the world, they want to die as a martyr. I think it was 4 of them had identical chest bombs that blew up. According to one of the, and again, take it for what it's worth, one of the security experts was saying that the carnage would have been so much worse, but they believe that 2 of the bombers showed up late to the soccer game.
So they can't even do that right.
Again, I don't want to encourage them, though.
Right.
I don't want to encourage them to be on time because who knows how much worse it could have been. That's why, they blew up outside of the stadium because I guess they couldn't get in.
Oh, that was okay. So the original threat was for them to kill people.
I don't know that for a fact.
Okay.
I'm going off of, one of these security experts said he believed when they asked him, why do you think they ignited outside? And he was saying that based on the way when a game starts, security gets a little heavier.
Once the game
starts.
See, I was wondering about that too.
That
I go, why
he
outside?
He said he believed that they were late. And several of the reporters asked him, are you You convinced him that? He goes, that's my belief.
Mhm.
He says, sometimes it happens.
Hmm.
He goes, and because they were late, a lot more people were spared. The cowardice of the way they do things. And then the other sad part, it comes back to Mike brought this up, a few weeks ago, and I know a lot of people lost their damn mind, got their panties in a bunch about it. But
Because
Mike
he said something intelligent?
well, he said something that, unfortunately resonated true. He said that a lot of those people that were crossing the borders, when he kept asking why so many men were coming over as
Right.
refugees.
I remember.
Well, they've already said that, again, unless they're going to change it, but one of the men was confirmed
He crossed like that.
he crossed like that. And the problem is they couldn't background check him, they couldn't verify him. And again, the coward that he is, he came through with all those refugees just to perpetrate the attack.
So, Mikey, without
That's-
getting into explicit, because I know you're ready to go on this one. Please
No,
do
I mean
tell.
it's happening, man. It's not a refugee crisis as much more as it seems like it's an invasion, if you will. All
Okay.
these guys are leaving Syria, coming to Europe. A lot of them, we know, the radical Muslims, and things like this are going to continue to happen. Already, I don't know how many states governors here said that they will not accept any Syrian refugees, and I don't see how the federal government can force any state governor to take refugees. So we'll see what happens as it pertains to the refugees that were supposed to be coming over here. The Republicans are against it, so I'm sure there's going to be a nice fight in Congress over that.
Well, and again, in the sad part, I come back to the same thing. When people talk about an Arvin statement, again, had some validity, that they ask, why can't we just nuke an entire continent? Why can't we just nuke an entire region? 1 billion Muslims are not terrorists,
That's a big number.
but the vast majority of terrorists are Muslim.
Right.
France apparently has I don't know a large number, but I guess they said has a pretty decent number of young people who are disenfranchised, can't find a job, upset at the system, and they're becoming radicalized. So they're leaving France to join the movement.
Right.
And I mean, for me, it's like that's instant death penalty. But what good does it do? They don't care about the death penalty. These people are ready, in most cases, to die.
Right.
But again, where I come back to that, it's the most unbelievable cowardice that again, they don't wear a uniform. They don't stand up as a military might. They don't, they have no presentation. So what the hell does it prove to blow up a bomb or to go into a concert, start gunning people down who are there having a good time?
Or even a restaurant.
So yeah, it's my next thing. I mean, even a restaurant. So that's what I'm saying. Where these people and their cowardice. Now, what I found, again, people always unite around these moments. Back in January, it was Zay Shui Charlie, after the Charlie Hebdo bombings. Now you've got people saying Zay Shui Paris. I am Paris, or I am France. But what I thought was strange in the last couple of days, Anonymous, the hacktivist group, they put out a video in French.
The hacker group.
The hacker group.
Okay.
And again, I don't know how big they are, but they've been able to do some pretty heavy duty stuff. They claim they're going to disrupt and disband their digital network
Of ISIS.
of ISIS.
Oh, I was to say, okay, how's that going to help? Okay, I'm with you now.
Of ISIS, that they want to go after, because these guys still need to communicate. And what was sad is one of the statements that was made, the pendulum has swung so far to the opposite direction that our intelligence agencies said there was no chatter, that they couldn't find that there was no imminent threat, that they didn't even know there was something brewing. So they figured that these guys have found a way to do stuff and not get picked up. So that's why I think it's kind of interesting in a good way that Anonymous wants to come into play, just to make sure that if there is some loopholes that are being missed, I mean, again, God bless the governments, but they
Right.
can't do it like Anonymous and some of these groups can do.
It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of the world reacts after this.
All right, this is the Three Guys Rant. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Make sure to stick around.
The experts know that for pastry, Baker's Bodega has it all. Exclusive brands like Westco Bankmark, Satin Ice, and Pastry Pride. One-on-one day seminars for cake decorating and gelatin art. So for our service, wide range of ingredients and supplies, and for the low prices, Baker's Bodega has it all. But you don't need to be an expert. Baker's Bodega, 7869 Paramount Boulevard in Pico Rivera. Come, we're waiting for you.
Do we have your attention? When it comes to tequila, two things matter: heart and passion. Never compromising integrity for mass production. Number one Tequila delivers the goods. Taste the heart and passion of Mexico in every bottle. We make it right. We make it fun. Superior Tequila. There's only number one. There's only number one. There's only number one.
A home is the biggest investment in most people's lives. Buying or selling should be a positive experience.
Whether you want to be a wealthy real estate investor or just trying to find a place to call home, at AJR & Associates, we focus on the client's needs.
We understand the market better than most. Let us bring the value to you and make the right choice.
AJR & Associates, making your dream house a reality. Call us today for a free consultation at 562-882-1976. Or you can log on to www.hrrealtors.com.
With a track record of great results, bringing knowledge, wisdom, and expertise to you. Hablamos español.
This is Becca Bateau. When I'm not reading 50 Shades of Grey and driving men crazy, I spend my time dreaming about the three guys rant: Arvin, Mike, and Phil. Yeah, right.
Welcome back to another episode here of the Three Guys Rant, and all I gotta say is the Queen is dead.
The who?
The Queen,
Really?
but not Phil's Queen, not the Mrs. Queen, the Queen of UFC, Ronda Rousey.
I don't know that she's dead, man. She lost one event.
Yeah, she lost one fight, man.
Okay, she's dead because she was in many people's eyes. She was untouchable. She was almost immortal, if you will. But boy, did she get whooped this weekend, man.
She got whooped. There was no.
She got tossed around like a rag doll.
Yeah, there was no.
It was very much a
I'm looking
one-sided
for it.
issue.
Yeah, it was for the entire fight. This other girl, what's her name? Holm.
Holly Holm.
She was boxing her the entire time.
She seemed completely out of her element, and it was funny. I think I mentioned it to you before. Is there was an interview of Ronda before the fight saying, "Look, on paper, she is the toughest opponent I've ever fought. It's going to be a good fight." I know she's gonna try to stay on her feet. She's gonna want to box. She's going to stay away from me. She's gonna try to frustrate me. And when I go in out of frustration to try to knock her out or try to wrestle her down to the floor, she's gonna try to use her legs, man. She's really good at her legs, but that's not gonna happen. It's almost like she predicted the fight, because that's exactly what happened.
That is exactly what happened, man. And that last kick to the neck, man, I couldn't have landed in a better place, man. I mean, it was just solid, man.
It looked like she was chopping down Christmas trees, man.
Yep.
Bad.
She went down like a ton of bricks, and then it was a ground and pound till I knew as soon as she went down. I'm like, I hope the referee throws himself on top of Ronda, because there's no way she's gonna be physically able to defend herself, because she was out. The way she fell, you could tell she was out before she hit the canvas.
Yeah, no, but it was a good fight. I got to say that.
I would watch that fight I'd watch that fight 1,000 times over and over again, because it was so good compared to the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight.
Oh yeah, this was a real fight.
Right.
It was a brawl.
And this was what, 5 minutes 30 seconds maybe? I know it was 30 seconds into the second round.
Right, something like that.
So it was just a little over 5 minutes, and I got to say it was probably one of the best fights since Mike Tyson before he started biting ears.
Ronda was, he was after this girl the whole time. The girl made her chase her around the ring. So
She started frustrated. She looked frustrated. I mean, right out of the gate, she came out swinging. She missed. She fell. She tried to pop right up. She tried to, I'm okay. You know, she came after, and the whole time, Holly just had her arm out, trying to just push her away. And she just waited for that opportunity. Ronda came around with a big swing. She missed.
Right.
Gave her back, and she's like, crap, this is a worse position to be in right now. As soon as she turned around, what was coming at her?
A flying kick.
A flying kick, and down she went.
It was a good fight, though. It was a good fight.
It was a really good fight. I didn't pay for it, but it was a good fight.
Since we're on sports, my Packers took their third straight loss.
So your Fudge Packers are still losing.
It's crazy, man.
But
Can't believe that.
you took a loss to a team that hadn't won a game all season.
Yep.
And
What was that? Game 9? Game 10?
That was 9.
Who'd they play?
Detroit.
Really? You lost to Detroit? I didn't even remember
They lost to
Detroit still had a
Detroit.
football team.
Yep. And they decided to play yesterday. And the Packers just couldn't do anything, man. The offense, they just can't get on.
So it wasn't even close.
No. And so now there's talk this morning. I was reading that the coach, Mike Holmgren, may take the play calling back. So
I'm not even sure what that means. Please explain.
hey, somebody just texted, because I didn't see the fight. Ronda didn't do the handshake, and even Lady Gaga said maybe it was karma.
Yeah, but you see, it's. I'm not going to slam our listener because that's probably the only listener we have. But there's more to that backstory. Because I actually looked into it more than I should have, so I didn't just do the headline. But apparently during the weigh-in, they're saying that Holly sucker punched Ronda, and that's where the bad blood started, and that's why she didn't touch gloves at the beginning of the fight. So I haven't seen that video, and I don't know if it was an actual sucker punch or she just tapped her a little too hard when they were taking pictures for the posters or whatnot. But apparently that's what started. And it's funny now because you know you're doing something right when everybody starts hating on you. I mean, people that she's knocked out in 14 seconds are coming out of the woodwork trying to do memes,
right,
or as other people say, memes of Ronda. And it's just funny, you know. If you got knocked out by Ronda in 14 seconds, you need to shut the hell up and just stay in your place.
Yeah, that's true.
So the only thing that this fight proved to me, at least, is that Ronda can kick my ass in probably about a second and a half. That's what I learned from this fight. But, yeah, I know I was reading TMZ earlier, and it's actually even up on our website, that Ronda, she got taken to the hospital right after the fight. She's sad and depressed, and she's already demanded a rematch, which I think is smart. I mean, she should have done it while she was still knocked out on the ground, saying, I want a rematch. But I'm excited. I think it's going to be good for UFC. Because if you will, Ronda's the godmother of UFC.
You know, the part I haven't heard anything about is about how much did she make? Do you know?
Last I heard, she is the highest paid person, not highest paid female, highest paid person in UFC history.
Right.
So I don't know if that's just strictly UFC or if that counts as movies, but I had heard she's the highest paid UFC person in history of the sport. So she's making a good chunk of change. She's, I think the last fight she made $2 million.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so I think they were saying she made like $150,000 a second because the fight was, 30 seconds or something like that?
Right.
So, yeah, she's done well for herself, and I'm sure if there's a rematch, that's going to be, it's going to be a good chunk of change because I guarantee people would pay to see that fight.
Yeah, no, I think so. It's gonna be a good rematch. I mean, it's almost a sure thing, man. You know what the ratings that a rematch is gonna bring?
If some Prime Network has some other show on that night, they need to cancel it and play a replay that night.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm glad that I like her.
How did the Cowgirls do this weekend?
They were playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs suck, about as bad as your team. Cowboys were up 6-3 with a minute to go.
They lost? Are you kidding me?
No.
I thought they won the game.
No. They took it all the way down to like 90 seconds left, and they lost.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I stopped paying attention because I'm like, oh, it's a sure win.
I mean, first of all, it was an atrocious game.
Right.
It was painful to watch. It was painful to be a part of. One team, my team, had 2 field goals. The other one had 1. Neither team could do anything on the field, so it was just horrible. And I thought, well, as long as the Cowboys win,
a win is a win.
A win is a win.
Not this Sunday.
No.
So I got nothing to report. My team, my Chargers, was a bye week, so I'm good. But I will say this is a horrendous, ugly year in football.
All the way around.
Yep.
Yeah. So again, stick around. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hi, I want to tell you about an amazing wine from winelab.net. It's called Dynamite Cabernet Sauvignon. It's full-bodied with flavors of blackberry, plum, and cassis spread out, tinged with cedar and hints of chocolate and vanilla. The wine is smooth and inviting. The ripe berry flavors linger across the finish. The wine's deep purple color, flecked with violet highlights, preps you for this big yet approachable wine. Dark aromas of black cherry, berry, plum, and tobacco continue onto the palate. Subtle flavors of cedar and graphite add layers to the toasty backbone of vanilla and baking spices. Structured tannins and peppery black fruit ease into a long, satisfying finish. When you visit winelab.net to order, use code DYNAMITE for 25% off the amazing Dynamite Cabernet Sauvignon. Or use coupon code iRant and get 10% off any of the other amazing products at winelab.net. Remember, you can always visit us and pick up at our store in Costa Mesa or stop by and say hello. These offers are good until October 31st or while supplies last. Visit winelab.net today.
ProTech Carpet Tile and Care provides professional cleaning services for carpet, tile, grout, upholstery, and fine area rugs.
ProTech technicians are professionally trained and certified cleaning and restoration experts.
We specialize in restoring damage caused by heavy soil and odor.
We can remove challenging spots such as coffee, tea, ink, gum, wine, and many more.
We have saved our customers thousands of dollars on new flooring and furniture expenses with our advanced cleaning processes.
Call for a free estimate at 562-447-4300 and visit us on our website, www.myprotectsite.com.
Hey, this is Joe Perez, owner at ProTech. Just reminding you that ProTech Carpet and Tile Care is your professional choice.
That needs to get noticed, your ideas need a great website. And at Infuse, we build simple, clean, and efficient websites. We believe that even the wildest ideas should come to life in a beautiful way. We build responsive sites, e-commerce sites, and even help with business email setup and search engine optimization. Every great idea needs a great website. Start your new look today. Check us out at www.infuse.com. That's www.enfuse.com, or call us at 800-542-4783. Again, that's 800-542-4783. Infuse, we get it done.
Hey everybody, it's Kiara Lynn Ford, and I'm listening to Rant Radio Network.
All right, welcome back to the Church of Rantology. Here with the Three Guys Rant. Make sure to follow us each and every week at the3guysrant.com. And I want to talk about another Godfather, but you guys started getting into a heated debate here in the room. Are we still talking about that or not?
Go ahead.
About Trump and Barack and everything else?
Big Daddy Trump, baby, go ahead. What you got?
Well, you did say that you are surprised that he hasn't come out. I am too. I'm surprised he hasn't come out and said anything.
I was telling Mike off the air that it's almost, and it's funny. Not funny, haha. As soon as the incident happened,
that somebody put a leash on him?
No. Well, yeah. Well, my first thought was, it's sadistic, but it's almost a sit and wait. When I saw the news reports, Mike and I were coming back from an event, and we started hearing the news reports. I really did think if these guys are going big or go home theory, I was waiting to hear on a few more continents that there might be some similar attacks.
Do we even have an idea of how big ISIS is Can we say it's 100,000? Can we say it's a million? Can we say it's
Mikey,
2?
that's one for you.
You don't know. You don't know.
We
There's
don't
no
even
way
have
to
a
tell.
rough idea.
No, we're not even sure they have centralized command like Al Qaeda used to. Where they had Bin Laden at the top, and he had his lieutenants and whatnot. Here, it seems like they're just fragmented. Wherever country they're operating in, that's it. That's what they have. Is what they have.
But they have a common belief,
Right.
Right?
a common core, and they live and die, obviously, by that message.
And they obviously love Toyota trucks.
Toyota hates that statement.
Because
Toyota hates that statement. But when the incident happened, I really did. My first thought was, damn it, how many are going to blow up here? I honestly didn't think we were going to make it through the weekend without some of those nut job jackwads doing something stupid here.
and you think
Yeah,
about it.
I guess you're like me. I don't want to say that I'm waiting for something to happen here, but I think a lot of people now are starting to get
I am.
paranoid. When is it going to happen at my local market? When is it going to happen at the
Well, no,
local
but
high school game?
I think we're not numb, but we're almost at a point where we're like, we know it's coming at some point.
Yeah, it's coming.
We believe something's going to happen because the problem is, again, I come back to the same thing where, and I don't really care who I offend on this one, but when these scumbags do this, and once again, I'll say they have no honor, they have no bravery. There's nothing, there's nothing that they do that represents a culture or a people or a society. You've always had a good and a bad. Say what you
Right.
will about Kim Jong-il or Kim Jong-un. Which way
Kim
is it now?
Jong-un,
Okay.
or as I like to
Un.
call him,
Say what
Little
you will
Kim.
about him, but he wears his uniform. Now he
Oh, yeah.
marches paper mache missiles, but he's got the parades. He's got a military. All I'm saying is that if he came after someone,
We would know we would see him coming.
because he would declare war.
Right.
Okay. Again, I'm not saying that that's manly, and I'm just saying though that that's traditionally the way if two countries are going to go at it,
Smart,
right, wrong, or
stupid,
indifferent.
or imbecile, but at least you know.
Be that as it may, this one, what makes them so honked up?
Yeah,
like I
they're
say,
a
is that-
terrorist group.
right? And that they have but they also have no centralized belief in each other. They're so stupid. They don't even unite. Where if they wanted to form a military, because at the end of the day, they're so brainwashed and so ignorant that they know that if they united and formed a military so we could find them,
It'd be lights out.
It'd be the 7-Day War we had back in '81.
As soon as they said la la, they'd only
I
get 2
think-
out and
I
be
think
done.
most countries would unite and just annihilate them. There'd be no war tribunals. There'd be no nothing.
I don't know what it seemed like they just get around wherever countries they're operating in with impunity, man. Like they can just move about and do whatever they have to do, from training to whatever else they do. And you see all these pictures all the time in the news media where it's a huge caravan of vehicles with these guys on it. How come there isn't a drone?
Bro,
Where's a
that was
drone
my
when you
next
need
question
it,
to you.
man?
I don't understand that. If we
I don't
know
get
that
it.
why haven't we taken out the entire caravan?
Yep, I don't know.
Take out 20 or 30 of those caravans. Now, I will say this, okay? I know that they keep talking about the innocents, and you know as well as I do. If we take out a caravan, we might take out 300 or 400 of them dirty bastards. 2 or 3 are going to be children, women. There'll be some innocents in there. Guaranteed there's going to be some civilian casualties in this situation.
Well, name a war where there's never been a civilian casualty.
There were
There's
civilian
always-
casualties.
Well, no, but what I'm wondering is, okay, so is this the start of a movement? Where I go with that is, what surprised me, and I know we went full circle on it, Trump. When loudmouth, big daddy, windbag, orangutan wearing hairpiece Trump
Yeah.
did not insult anyone this weekend, that makes you stop and think either somebody tackled him in his party.
Could he be scared?
Hell no.
Because didn't he stop talking about Mexicans after El Chapo escaped?
Not really. I think he toned it down for a day or two, but he's still bashing. But I'm wondering though if this
That's
is
what we
where they
should do.
talk
We
about
we should send El Chapo.
that true humans or humanity comes into play. And at the end of the day, the guy's got a wife and kids. Did humanity play a part with him? Did he taper back and say, you know what? Especially if I want to be president,
Mm-hmm.
I need to show some decorum here.
See, to me, it should have been this weekend when he came out and started just blasting Muslims.
You mean
what?
verbally or with a gun?
No, verbally. But I thought this weekend was going to be his biggest PR experiment yet.
To try to get into the White House.
Right.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I didn't even think about that.
So
So
now,
you said that.
this weekend, there wasn't a whole lot of rhetoric. I mean, you know what? I didn't even know that there were Democratic debates Saturday night.
You know what? Me either.
I missed that completely.
You know what? And I'm a political junkie, and I miss that too.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. But I saw some of the highlights. It sucked. I'm glad
So,
I didn't catch it. But
was this the second round of losers, or was this top tier losers?
Top tier.
Okay.
Top tier. But where I'm going with it is, and I've said this twice, I voted for Obama twice.
Mm-hmm.
Within days after my second vote, I was disgusted with myself.
You wanted a recall?
I really did. I said he's been a spineless jellyfish. I regretted it my second time badly. Here I am, almost at the end of his term. And this weekend, all he did. And now I'm even more disgusted because Mike's now telling me he's disgusted with him.
So, being the fact that he's only, 12 months before he's
12 months.
12 months. He should have come out.
No.
11 months.
No, remember, he leaves at December 31st next year. The election will be in November.
Okay.
But yeah. Hey, Kim Kardashian,
So
he doesn't leave on election day, okay?
All I know is I'm voting for him again.
Actually, he leaves on the 20th of January, or whenever the other one's sworn in.
Right. So
With a year left, he should come out guns a-blazing.
No, I don't care if he has a year left or he had 8 years left. I'm saying that the whole spineless way he did it this weekend was troublesome on so many levels for me.
He still refuses to call these a-holes radical Islamists or radical Muslims, which they are. Nobody is disputing that they're not, but he keeps defending the religion,
That's because he's got to be politically correct.
No, man, not on this one. Are you kidding? There wasn't.
Well, let me ask you this: is there any other world leader that's saying that, and not Obama?
All of them,
except for Obama.
Yes.
Hijo de la ching.
Yeah, he does. He refuses to say
France's
that.
president, who I normally make fun of the French, but this one, man, I was.
You're
with
saying the French president has a bigger sack than our president?
I'll tell you what, man. Based on the way he sounded on Friday,
Right.
his brother was ready to push the buttons.
Yeah, he said
he was
France
asking
is
for
at
the
war.
Oh yeah.
Now,
He wanted the football.
Am I not mistaken? Did I hear that the Pope came out and said this is the beginning of World War III?
You made that. I'm sorry. First of all, I don't know if you're mistaken because you made that statement during a pre-production
Well,
meeting.
then
this
it must
morning.
be true.
So I don't know where you got that.
That's
But see,
seen
I,
it.
World
but I
headline.
asked you that earlier for clarification, and you walked away as usual. How do you declare?
That's because when I say stuff, I drop the mic and I'm like, "Come on, bitches!"
How do you declare a beginning of a world war on an entity that technically, again, is not a sovereign country? It's a group of lunatics, a bunch of scumbag losers.
Couldn't we say the same thing about Hitler? Wasn't he a?
No, but he had a country platform. He had a military. He had a premise. When he looked at a map, he knew
Yeah,
he was
but I don't
taking
think he
over.
started off that way. That's the way the ball got rolling. But he wasn't originally into.
Did you go to school?
No.
I mean, did you pay attention at all during history class, or
No.
you sure? I'm thinking you didn't.
I was
Because,
too busy looking at the teacher. They'd be like, "Ooh, maestra,
Ay,
quiero información." This is the Three Guys Rant. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Stick around.
Looking for a delicious, fresh family meal that's ready when you are and easy on your budget? Welcome to Piara Pizza. We make our pizzas with handmade dough, 100% real cheese, and tomato sauce blended with our own spices. Nothing is ever frozen. We always have large pepperoni and cheese pizzas fresh and waiting for you for only $5. Or choose one of our specialty pizzas. We have veggie, meat lovers, supreme, and Hawaiian. Add an order of our amazing hot wings, cheesy bread, or breadsticks. Our locations are ultra-modern, ultra-clean, and open 7 days a week. Visit any one of our locations today, or check us out on the web at www.piarapizza.com. Piara Pizza. Fresh, hot, and ready for you when you come in. Stop in for your Piara Pizza today.
It's hot out here. I need a drink.
Have a mucho macho michelada. What's a michelada? Michelada is a Mexican Bloody Mary made with beer. All you have to do is get bucket-sized michelada, open it up, pour it in your favorite beer, and you're good.
what if you don't like beer?
You can use it in lemon lime soda, vodka with lime, or tequila with lemon lime soda.
Sounds delicious.
Where do you find it? You can find it at your favorite store, or you can go to muchomachomichelada.com.
Find us on Twitter and Facebook. one thing to own a business. It's another to promote it. That's why thousands of business owners rely on Monster Marketing Group. Design, print, mail, custom mailers, all for as little as 29 cents delivered. That includes postage. Send to a neighborhood, zip code, or an entire city. With just a simple call, 888-49-MONSTER, you can easily promote your business, sales, events, grand openings, send coupons, and much more.
Your mail delivers in as little as 5 days. No dealing with the mailing list or paperwork. Monster Marketing does all the heavy lifting. Get started now by calling 888-49-MONSTER or go to monsterng.com.
Monster Marketing Group. We deliver, we give you results, we can prove it.
Buenos dias, buenas tardes, and a big old howdy, y'all. This is the Red Mexican Alex Raimundo with my amigos, the Three Guys Ranting, not to be confused with Three Guys Panting. That was me outside your window the other night, ladies.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Church of Rantology with the Three Guys Rant.
All right, so it's rant time.
I want to rant. What do you want to rant about?
Next week is Thanksgiving.
I wanted to rant about AIDS, but go ahead.
No. Screw you and Charlie Sheen. I just feel bad for all the people that he's infected, the dumbass.
Well, let's start off with Lindsay Lohan. So that includes all of Hollywood and West LA. Yeah.
I don't know how many he's not.
Now, I'm going to say, because obviously you're not going to talk about your turkey time, I'm going to say I don't completely buy it. I don't see him being on the Today Show this week to make a big announcement. There's no way he's going to go on there and be either, yes, I have HIV, or no, I don't. It's got to be something else. He either had to buy the rights to 2.5 Men. He's coming out with a new show. He's coming out with a music album, something. I just don't see it.
I don't see any announcement coming from him being big. I mean,
that's what she said.
I don't understand why they're giving him the time of day and they're promoting it.
Ratings.
Yeah, but
ratings. It's all about ratings.
Big announcement. We'll see.
You think it's HIV related?
I don't say. Well, again, it's going to be one of those moments that it's kind of funny, ha ha. If it's not, because everybody's running with it. So
you think he has HIV?
It wouldn't surprise me just based on his,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
What is it? Proclivity to
he
bang
was
strange.
He was
proclivity.
He was banging porn stars and strippers and all of that.
You know what?
And he liked being.
I wish I would have been that condom.
All right, so let's talk about the rant. Next week is Thanksgiving.
You're mad at Thanksgiving?
No, I'm not mad at Thanksgiving. Turkey, ham, all the fixins, whatever it is. Your people eat. Mike's Puerto Rican, so they're going to eat some kind of. I don't know
what? I once dated
some
strippers
kind of
that were
root wrapped in some kind of fungus with roadkill stew or something.
Named turkey and stuffing.
But here's my rant. When you go out shopping, for the stuff, and you go to one of the big box stores.
Phil, what the hell? That's woman shopping right there. What do you mean shopping?
Okay. I cook. So my thing is, when you go out, first of all, most of these big box stores, the cart's about the size of a Volkswagen. All right. Now, as big as I am, for those of you that have streamed live, you already know, I still walk pretty fast. When these people are out there, why do you feel the need to bring your 17 kids? Leave the booger eaters at home. Okay?
So we're talking about little kids.
No. Talking about up to 12 and 13s. That are there crying, nagging, bitching,
That is
begging.
because nobody in their right mind wants to watch a 12 and a 13-year-old.
Here's the thing. Okay, so I have flashbacks. I really do. When I was a kid.
Leave them in the car.
Okay.
With the windows up.
Hey, Mike will remember this, right? You'd be at the supermarket. No, but Dad, I want. That brings back memories, man. Why is it we no longer hear the.
I just had a flashback of last Thursday.
because other people will jump in on something that doesn't concern them and try to start talking to the parents about it. It's not good to hit your kids, and the parent is going to end up, because if it was me, I'm going to end up punching that person. So I think people are afraid of what other people are going to say.
What? Okay, so
be like, go ahead, call the cops. I'll be gone by the time they get here.
That's rant part number 1. Okay, is the yelling and the screaming.
You know what you got to say is like, look, you SOB, either you let me smack my kid or he's going to rob you in 5 years. That's the way you should see things. That's right.
Thank you, Alan. Alan's back from his break. My second part of the rant, get the hell out of the way. These people, they get their carts, then they put it sideways, and they start having discussions.
I just have a question. Now, Phil typically does his Christmas shopping 11 months in advance.
I didn't say Christmas shopping.
Did you already do your Thanksgiving shopping? Is that where this hostility is coming from? You did it 45 days early?
No, I had to get a turkey and a ham. I get it fresh.
Fresh. We're still a ways out from Thanksgiving.
We're only a week away.
Fresh is the day before.
Okay. No, that's Mike.
No, Mike's the day after.
That's true. So
Mine's the day of.
They stop their carts. They turn it sideways. Then they start having discussions and downright arguments. Okay. And they'll do that where like stop all of a sudden. I just want to ram them with the cart. I want to run them over. I want to see Costco roadkill.
You know what? Maybe that's something we should start.
Were you at the Costco in Alhambra?
We should start insurance for just in case at the supermarket, so you can just hit the hell out of anything with your shopping cart. I wonder if that would sell.
I don't know.
Supermarket insurance.
So people stop.
That's one of the stupidest things I've ever
And then
heard.
Here's the other thing that cracks me up at big box stores, right? I swear to God, there are a few things. I've never been to war. Okay. And then I'll spend a lot of time in the ghetto. But gentlemen, on Saturday,
Not even a food fight?
I feared for my life. Okay.
So you were in a Costco in Alhambra.
I was pushing my cart as fast as I could to get out of there, right? And all of a sudden, I smell an aromatic fragrance wafting through the air. As it hit my nostrils,
Wafting. Let me Google this.
I realized it was some kind of garlic essence mixed with something else.
What, Dracula was in the building?
Son, I don't even know what it was. All I know is that as I turned to my right to perhaps ogle said dish that they were going to put out.
See, you ogle, I Google.
Wait, I felt the floor start to rumble. I looked to my left, and what can only be described as a La Habra herd.
How fat was that heifer?
No, not just one, and not just fat. Shapes, sizes, color, creed, religion, kids. It was like a herd of wildebeest.
Did they think it was Black Friday?
Bro, I don't know what they thought, but they attacked those two stands and those two old ladies back there who make $9 an hour giving out the free samples at Costco. They too had a look of like, sweet Jesus, I'm coming to meet you.
You know what I would have done? I would have kicked the hell out of that stand and ran the other way, man. Take it.
I don't get it. That's free.
People love free crap, man.
But bro, they looked like savages, man. I mean, you would swear that these people hadn't eaten in a week.
Phil, that could have been their only meal for the week.
Okay. And while
if you have a membership to a big box store,
okay,
that's not your only meal of the week.
No, wait. So here's the other part of it. So then, as I looked to my left and I thought the rumbling was only the herd of wildebeest coming at me to kill me, it was the fact that they were pushing their shopping carts,
right,
loaded with not one or two or three booger eaters, but also just crap loads of food and vegetables. Bro, those carts had to weigh 500-600 pounds apiece, and they were charging. Okay, my fat ass did not stand a chance, gentlemen. I was gonna look like I was gonna get sliced and diced by all the holes in those carts at the rate they were moving for the free goodies.
You're gonna get cubed.
I was like, so I don't understand these people
because it's free, man.
They'll drop $600 on a trip to Costco.
That's why I hate going there.
And buy nothing, and they get home and say, "What'd you buy?" I don't know, but.
That's got to be the best pyramid scheme of the 21st century.
Right. Okay. But they see free set, and then as you're walking through, the aisles have gotten a little smaller because it's now the holidays. All right.
Right.
So
you're getting bigger, or the aisles are getting smaller?
I'm hoping the aisles are getting smaller because the pants are getting a little tighter.
All right.
But two carts can barely go in opposite directions. Not even proper traffic.
I got to tell you, Phil, during the holidays, I've given up sex altogether and just eaten. It's gotten to the point to where I can't even get into my own pants.
Okay. Let me tell you what. Had you been at Costco with me over the weekend, there was nobody's pants you wanted to get in there, bro. Because unless you put garlic cheese toast in your crotch, these people.
Well, that wouldn't be the first time that's happened.
I'm just telling you, I don't understand the insanity.
How many of those people do you think actually buy
the product?
Less than 1%?
No, I'm going to say it's probably a good 10, 15% because it works.
Okay.
You know it works because they wouldn't be doing it if they didn't. Okay. But what kills me is there's no respect, no courtesy, no human decency. And then,
especially con los chinos.
Now, let's get to the people of a larger, fluffier size. Seriously? You
Arvin?
don't need 3 samples. Okay?
Well, if you walk around the whole aisle and come back, then you kind of deserve another sample.
And I don't want to hear you got a glandular disorder.
Or the dinovirus.
Or the dinovirus. Because then the part that kills me is then they bring their booger eaters with them. Okay, and then they got to give each one. And I'm like, really? Did you need? And then, so the lady brings out another tray and they attack it again before the next group. Like, you cheap bastards, buy your kid a hot dog. Go away.
You know, it's funny that you say hot dog.
Is that a segue?
That's a segue.
See, that is way.
Wow. That is unreal. Go
I
ahead.
recently heard that Costco makes so much money just on their concessions that it actually pays for the rent of the entire building for the whole year.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Because it is a good hot dog. I mean, it's big, it's thick, and juicy.
Hey, Charlie Sheen, slow your roll. Okay, that's why he got in trouble. He's look at him. He's out there drooling, man.
I know,
He's wiping out
man.
the drool the whole 9 yards.
He's imagining that hot dog
Well,
entering his lips.
There was an article, and I don't know if it was true, and I didn't bother to source it, that said that
Well, then you know it's real. Because that's the way I do my research.
Costco said they make so much off of memberships. That's why they make so little on the products.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, so I don't know. So get out the way.
Perro caliente. Mm.
Been in an accident? Then you need your vehicle professionally repaired. That's exactly what you get when you bring your vehicle to Greg's Auto Body Repair. Free quotes within minutes. We will provide everything you need for a hassle-free auto body repair, from an accurate estimate to working with your insurance company. We will get your vehicle to its pre-accident condition as soon as possible. Greg's Auto Body has been serving Los Angeles County and local cities since 1970. Call us at 562-789-1300.
Real Estate Rant and AGR Realtors are proud supporters of Michael Aguilar and Associates, advocates for stroke awareness and integrative healthcare.
In February 2012, I suffered a stroke due to high blood pressure. I was rushed to the hospital where I was admitted for the next 30 days. I was initially told I may have to stay in the hospital for about 3 months, but I made rapid improvements in my recuperation and continued to improve to this day.
When Michael left the hospital, he did not have insurance to cover his rehabilitation, so he focused on integrative healthcare to get better. At the end of 2013, seeing a need for stroke awareness, Michael started his own company, Michael Aguilar and Associates, to focus on creating awareness about the dangers of high blood pressure and stroke.
If you would like more information, please call me at 562-464-7297, or you can visit my website at www.strokeawareness101.com.
Michael Aguilar and Associates, creating awareness and saving lives one person at a time.
Located in Monrovia, California, Mount Sierra College prepares highly skilled graduates for careers in management, information technology, media arts, and game arts. Transfer earned credits or start right after high school and earn a bachelor's degree in 4 years or less. Combine industry-driven, hands-on small classes with your general education units. Mount Sierra College. Invest in yourself. Financial aid is available for those who qualify.
Hey, what's going on? This is Frank Palangi here. You're listening to the Three Guys Rant radio show. Rock on.
All right, apparently we're back from the break. I'm getting a finger, and that wasn't the finger I was looking for.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
But this being our last segment, I wanted to pick up last week where we joked a little bit about Starbucks and the red cup.
Starbucci's.
Some of the big ones have come out. Stephen Colbert came out with a really good rebuttal. Ellen DeGeneres came out with a really big one. And you know, it's funny. I didn't cover, but you know, some of the people who wanted their name Merry Christmas on the cup, and people at first, the way the headlines read, Starbucks against Christianity, against Christmas, and talking about how there's no snowflakes and snowmen on the cups this week. And Mike, again, Arvin, I know you hate this, but Mike poignantly pointed out last week that, according to Colbert, his was going to kill me. Stephen Colbert talks about how when the baby Jesus was born, the 3 white snowmen showed up.
Right. The hell does snowman and snowflakes have to do with Christmas, man?
Well, okay. They have everything to do with Christmas. You mean Christianity?
Well, Christianity, yes.
Thank you. I just wanted to help you there because you were on a good roll. Now you're getting
Christmas,
off track.
the same thing. That's what they're losing their mind about. They're losing their damn mind over
Mikey,
that.
can you please stop stroking it over there?
But what's funny is, so now you have the red cup, and
We're not talking about the solo cup, right?
I'm not talking about the solo cup. We're talking about the red Starbucks cup. But what was funny is how everybody points out the same thing. Because I went to a Starbucks immediately after the show. I was going to take some pictures for us.
Whoa. First off, let's get it straight. You were going to go to Starbucks regardless of what we talked about during that show.
This is true.
Okay.
But it sounds better if I say I was going for work, because then I can write it off, because my tax man's listening. And I walked in there. So Christmas music is playing. The Vince Guaraldi Trio, which is the Snoopy song or CD, was
The
for
what?
sale.
Oh.
The Vince Guaraldi Trio. They had the Christmas blend.
One more time?
They had the Snowman cookie.
Did he tell you Merry Christmas?
They had the Advent calendar. They had the different cups. I mean, so you're like,
So everything about it is
I
Christmas.
was like, well, I walked in, I thought, okay, I can't take any pictures of this. I look like a dumbass. I mean, and for some reason, I don't know why I thought Starbucks had gone, not to an extreme, but I thought maybe they were going to go a little bit over PC. And I walked in, I was like, oh, thank God I didn't go with that one, because had I gone with my original thought for the show, woo, the backlash would have been insane. All three listeners would have called me a bigger moron than I normally am.
So all I'm hearing is you took no pictures and brought no coffee back.
Right. But
what the hell's the point of the
so where
story?
I'm going with it, though, is, so again, we're out this
Right.
weekend, and then, of course, Dunkin' Donuts came out with their Joy Cup.
Really? I didn't even heard about that.
Because you don't read the news.
I love me some Dunkin' Donuts.
But what's funny is a lot of people that started saying, see, Dunkin' Donuts is still in the season. No. They had those cups made in China. They were ordered 4 or 5 months ago. They came by on a slow boat. The timing just worked out. So
they weren't originally holiday cups.
Yeah, they've always been joy. They just say joy, with little symbols of ornaments or whatever on them.
Okay.
So where I'm going with it is, people, for those of you that live in California, one of our main music stations over here, when you're not enjoying the Three Guys Rant, you can listen to 24 hours a day of Christmas
Okay,
carols.
first off, let's not get crazy, okay? They always want to hear us.
Okay. We're only on a couple hours a week. So when you're not listening to the Three Guys Rant,
we're on every
and the
day
sultry
of the week.
voices that are us, you can listen to Christmas music 24 hours a day.
You know what's
Satellite?
funny? That station actually picked up a new host, Ellen K.
From Kiss FM.
She's leaving Ryan Seacrest, and she's going to have her own morning show on that station.
Was Ryan Seacrest just a little too merry for her?
No, she's been his co-host for like 11 years, something like that. And
Yeah, I
then
don't know the numbers.
She's getting her own show. So good for her.
I think I'd heard
So
that.
Arvin, I'm just curious, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Stuffing some turkey.
Mikey?
I don't
Eating
know yet,
some
man.
turkey.
I mean, I know you don't cook.
Yeah, no.
Because you're Puerto Rican, you guys only know how to cook 2 things.
Well, this year is going to be at my house, so I'll be hiding.
Isn't it always at his house?
No.
Even when it's not planned, it's
No.
at his house?
No. Surprisingly, I think the last couple of years,
We
it's
take
been on
turns.
premise.
We take turns.
Why the hell is it that regardless of what day of the week I go or what time, there's still always 30 people in your living room then?
Ghetto Latin, baby. That's the way they
because,
roll.
that's my home is a halfway home.
As
So
to- as
it's
to where
halfway,
only
they're
half of
halfway
it was
home
built?
to the other home so they can get a
Right.
beer at your place?
Right. So,
that's too
yeah, we're
funny.
going to get together at the house, and we'll see who shows up.
Everybody is. We know this.
That is true, man.
People you don't even know are going to show up.
You know what's funny,
it would
though?
be the first time that happens.
In all fairness, Mikey saves more money during the winter than most people because he has a heater he doesn't have to turn on.
Because of the body heat.
Bro, you go to his house during the winter, I'm not jacking around. There is steam coming out of the doors when you walk up because there's so much body heat when it gets cold outside. Okay?
Mike, if you were smart, you'd start charging admission to come in. And if you really want people not to come over, you charge a little bit more.
Wow.
You're right.
Is that how you do it?
Yeah. What are you going to be doing for Thanksgiving?
Actually going to the in-laws. going to the in-laws, and they're cooking this year, so I'm off the hook.
So wait, whoa, let's back it up a little bit. Then why the hell are you shopping for turkey and
I'm
ham?
glad you asked, because I'm a giver. And this week,
You're a giver to your face?
I will be feeding and helping at the local Boys and Girls Club to serve approximately 400 families that are in need. Our group here, even though these two morons don't know it, we're donating a turkey that I'm cooking for us with some of the fixings. We'll be cutting it, serving it, carving it, and it's helping a lot of needy families.
And we will be there serving.
Yeah, I'll keep my opinions off the air on that one.
Say it. Why don't you tell everybody how you think all children are little ankle biters and deserve nothing?
Well, you just said it for me. Thank you. Is it verified that those are actually needy families, or is it whoever the hell shows up?
Okay,
Can I show up in a suit and eat for free?
Yes.
So it's anybody?
Yes.
So that doesn't seem right.
Just because you own a suit doesn't mean you're not needy.
The vast majority who show up are definitely in need. Are there some people that perhaps take advantage of? Yes. And then are there some people, to Mike's point, just because they look, I mean, you read the stories all the time about people who work at six-figure jobs that live in their car.
Well, that's just stupid and poor management.
Really? Because they had 3 kids, 2 ex-wives, and unpaid child support?
Again, stupid and poor management.
Okay. I mean, one could.
Out of curiosity, why so early?
Why
not closer to Thanksgiving?
The week
It's only a week before.
Yeah.
I don't understand what your fascination with it being so early.
Why not
It's
the week
one
of?
week before.
Because if you do it the week of, even some of the children who are in need, perhaps we're going to go somewhere else.
They take them to San Francisco and Australia and Canada.
I don't ask those kind of questions.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm just there to know.
All right, this is the Three Guys Rant. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around. Make sure to check us out each and every week at the Three Guys Rant. And Mikey, what's the Puerto Rican word of the day?
Fafu.
Fafu. Fafu. Fafu.